Rocker Pat here. Alright guys, give y'all an update on my 1947 Chevrolet pick-em-up truck over here at Rocker Pat's. Well, I've been doing a lot of cleaning and a lot of painting and a lot of getting ready and then do all this stuff and this stuff and that stuff. Let's go over all the things I've got done, and then I'll tell you where the hiccup is in my pickup truck today, because we do have a hiccup in the pickup truck. So I got the intake all cleaned up and painted. I got the exhaust manifold painted. That's painted with a high temp coating. That's just regular engine paint. I had to wait for that little spacer to come in for a little while. It just came in. I had a chrome alternator on this thing when we got it, and that wasn't going to work out with the paint job that's on this thing. So what I elected to do is just go get another, excuse me, just get another alternator, take it apart, clean it, or not really clean it, but just take it apart and paint it engine color. I think that looks really nice. Got all my linkage working up underneath here from my accelerator pedal. Got all the linkage working over here for the clutch and the shifter working. Brakes are working. Figured out what's going on with the shifter on the thing to get that 3-speed on the tree working right. I got my pedal for the starter hooked up. The clutch is in it. The the throwout bearing is in there. The fork is in there. The transmission was in there. What happened was I was getting ready to put the torque tube up to it. I got all that cleaned up. And I noticed at the bottom, I was looking to see where this U-joint, okay, on this thing, how it got oil, because I want to make sure it's not going to screw up on my, and if you look at my shadow right there, there is a seal in there, so that keeps all the differential fluid in. And at the back of the transmission, there's a hole to bring lube down here, and then there's seals and all this stuff that goes up in here, okay? So I was looking in there and I saw that there was a spacer or something floating in the bottom of the transmission, so I had to call Steve up and say, hey man, you want to come over here and take a look at this 1947 Chevrolet pick-em-up truck's transmission, because I see something floating around in the bottom. So he came and got it last week, but he had to go see his daughter's graduation or something like that out of town, out of state or something like that, so maybe he's working on it today for us and we'll get it back. But let's see what else we got done. I don't have the carburetor overhauled yet. Got the new water pump in that has the shorter shaft, so the 235 can go in the place of the 216. Got the fuel pump in it. The head's bolted down and the valve train's in it. I don't have the side cover on as of yet, but the oil line is ran from the bottom of the block. This is the oil line. The pump brings oil up, okay? And it goes through the block, through the crankshaft and all, and then it comes up here, and this is how it gets transferred to the top of the head. This boss right here is actually one of the head bolts, okay? Let's take a look at that. It's actually this head bolt right here. So the oil goes into the block through around the head bolt and comes up here. Here's where the, it's either a plug or it's gonna get a oil pressure line. I'll probably put the oil pressure line there. I'm not 100% sure where that goes yet, but I'll figure it out. Then it goes around this cavity right here. Then there's a hole in the block right here, and the oil comes up here, and it's got a slice in the side of this, and that's what pressurizes your whole oil line. This doesn't do anything, it's just pinched off right there. So that's how that works. Got all the valve train in it. I'm gonna have to get the feeler gauges out and get those adjusted pretty soon. But where our biggest hiccup, oh yeah, I also got our, got the starter on and all the linkage hooked up for it so that it can go vroom, vroom, vroom whenever you push your foot in there. How that works is this doesn't have a magnetic solenoid. What it does is you put your foot on the pedal right there and it pushes this rod, and then this rod right here mechanically stabs the Bendix into the flywheel at simultaneously actually hitting a switch, sending power through. Now I'm not 100% sure what this switch does. If anybody knows, let me know. I was thinking maybe that it shot full voltage over to the coil or something when the pedal went. I don't know. I don't have any reason for it to be there. I don't know what, you know, it's just going to go for the ride. What can I do? I don't know, man. I know I don't have any wiring that needs to go there. All my wiring needs to go right here, and it'll power the whole truck up. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's on that. But where the hiccup in our pickup truck today is right here. I can't get it. It ain't coming out. And what the problem I'm having is that, okay, right here, this is where the oil pump bolts to the side of the block inside the engine. And the problem I'm having is that, well, let me get the bolt in, the Allen in there. All right, so when I loosen that up, I don't have any problem moving my distributor, okay? No problem at all. Comes right out, spins right around. So the hiccup in the pickup is that I am about to have to take and pull this engine back out of this chassis and pop the oil pan back off of it and figure out how to shim that oil pump mounting bracket housing or whatever the hell it is in there, so that I can get that distributor to go in and out of this truck engine, you know, without it binding up. Because if I run that damn thing the way it's sitting in there right now, well, the problem is going to be that it's just going to be bloating that distributor sideways. It's just going to grind the inside of it up. And this thing doesn't have even an oil filter on it. It has no filtering system at all. And the last thing I need is start out with something in a bind like that. So instead of putting all the wires, cap, rotor, and putting the distributor back together and greasing it all up and getting everything ready to go, looks like I'm going to be pulling the engine back out of this thing this weekend and putting it on the stand and flipping it over and solving this major problem in our pick-em-up truck over here. But anyway, I just wanted to give y'all an update. This is what I'm going to do. Oh yeah, look at what I painted on the top. I think I did a pretty good job. That Chevrolet came out looking real nice. That's pretty much the body color of the truck, although it's not the exact paint. It is similar in color. So that's what's going on over here at Rocker Pat's. Gotta have to get busy and get working. But one way or another, we're gonna keep rocking the music out and keep having a good time. Y'all keep rocking and rocking and a rolling and a rolling and a rocking, and some days they roll right over you. Just keep rocking along with it. Talk to y'all later.